okay. So in the spur of the moment, I'm like, hey, let's make this video and see what happens. So yeah, this is the video about how similar me and Deku are, and I think I mentioned that in a different video, but I didn't really go in depth. Turns out the more I see of him, the more I realize that we are really alike. And it's kind of the opposite reason of why I'm like Subaru from ReZero. Because with Subaru, me and him can relate a lot, and we're really similar because we have been through despair. We've been through being in the deepest hell and shithole ever. We've been asking for help, and our cries have fallen on deaf ears. Well, in his case, he gets silenced, otherwise his heart gets crushed. Yeah, that sounds really fucked up out of context, yeah. But with me, it's like people heard me and didn't give a shit. And that's why my windpipe got crushed, that's why I'm missing the discs in my jaw, that's why I have cataracts in my eye for the rest of my life, and much more. So yeah, me and Subaru, we can relate, because other people didn't believe us. In my case, other people fucked me up. In his case, it wasn't really other people in a sense. More like enemies, but not the people who were supposed to be friends. That turned dark? Jesus Christ. Let's move on to Deku, okay? Izuku Midoriya. Yes. My Japanese is not good. Very much not good. But yeah, if we start off at a very young age for Deku, we can see that he wants to help people. Somebody falls down, he doesn't laugh, he actually goes and tries to help them up, just like me. The opposite of that douchebag friend I had who would laugh his ass off if anyone got hurt, and he would just laugh and not even offer help as he laughed. Just douchebag. So we're the same in that aspect. And he admired All Might. I admired Superman. Yeah, we can relate. And from a young age he said he wanted to be a superhero. From a young age I said I wanted to be a superhero, and I tried to actually start helping people all the way back then. I even got in trouble with the teachers for walking a girl home, because, you know, you weren't supposed to leave school property after school ended. You were supposed to wait for your parents in the schoolyard and just play there. What's the big deal? She was scared and I followed her home. Is that such a problem? I don't know. You know, I tried, okay? So me and him, we're pretty similar. We want to be heroes, we have an icon of some sort. Although I probably changed to admiring Spider-Man much more just a year or two later, because Spider-Man is such a cooler hero than Superman. But who cares? That's not really a big problem. But then, you know, me and Izuku, we go to the doctor's, right? For him it's a little bit sooner. For me it's like... Let's see, for me it's that I get the problems at age 8, where I suffer from so much pain that human nerves aren't able to handle that level of pain, so they short circuit. In other words, I collapse 1,000 times between the age 8 and 20. A whole 1,000 times actually calculated. That's actually probably the number. That's a lot of pain to be in. And even when you're not collapsing, the pain is there other times, just increasing until you collapse, and then the pain resets at a lower level. Then it keeps increasing until you collapse again. That's what I had to live with. So for me, the diagnosis came actually at the age of 18, then medication at age 19. I guess I messed up in my head and said 8 to 20, but it's 8 to 18 actually. Because I stopped collapsing from pain when I was around 18. So yeah, 1,000 times in 10 years. But yeah, he got the doctor to tell him the bad news when he was a kid, that he doesn't have that extra joint in his toe or whatever, and so he is quirkless. I got the terrible news that, hey, you have Bechdrev's disease, so you're gonna be disabled. So we both had just the most terrible news. Like, he couldn't get a quirk, and that sucked, because a quirk is like everything in that world. Most people have quirks, and yeah, that sucks. And in my world, in real life, 98% of people don't have this illness. So god damn it, I can relate. It's like, most people aren't disabled, right? Most people aren't young and disabled. For the record, I became disabled on my 20th birthday. Then right after I starved for 4 months, because I was forced into starvation and that did permanent damage to my body. But hey, I'm alive. But Deku, you know, he managed to meet somebody like All Might, and that's where his story differs from mine. It's that he got help. Somebody actually pushed his ass way up, and now he's becoming the #1 hero, and I really like it. Such a nice story, such a good character, just, it's very nice. And I don't know who my favorite is, like, Ochako, Deku, All Might. I like all the characters, I can't really rank them who's the best, just, I like them all. But yeah, so me and Deku, we both got terrible news, but we kept pushing, we kept trying. Like, I'm no longer really gonna be a hero. I realized, shit, I can't be an ambulance driver, I can't save lives, even though I saved 1 life while in the force, just during the 3 weeks that you're allowed to join work through school. I managed to save a life in that time, and that's... The chances are just really low, because the average is like 1 life a year. That's what you save. That's about the average for an ambulance driver, just 1 life a year. All the other missions, like, you get called out 7 to 14 times a day for a whole year, and only 1 of those cases should be a lethality. But I had a lethality right there in my 3 weeks, and it was really inspiring. Later I got that diagnose. It's like, frick, can't do it. So I went to study writing and decided, yeah, I'll gamble everything I have on this, all my life savings, all I'm worth, everything. If I can learn to write, then maybe I'll become disabled physically but not mentally. I'll be able to write and bring home some bacon. Yeah, I'll at least be able to have a job and an income of some sort and not rely on welfare. Deku got his quirk, he was trained, he was pushed, his life went on to be great. Me, I kind of found the opposite of All Might in that University of Winchester, because they lied to me, they deceived me, they manipulated me because of my autism, and then, what's it called? They committed fraud, stole all my money, and then I starved for 4 months. And they could at any point in time have stopped the first 2 months, and they could have prevented the second 2 months, but they instead said, we don't care, it's not our problem, and then they pushed a button to make me starve another 2 months. 4 months of starving is freaking terrible, I can tell you. It messes you up quite a lot. Problem being that before I even began starving, I'd already acquired 10 medical conditions all at once. So starving on top of having, well, at the time I suppose 9 medical conditions, it doesn't work well. Like, I had 10 for the first little bit of that starvation period, but I managed to get rid of suicidal thoughts, so then I just had 9 left. Boy, that sucks. And I managed to get down to 6 actually. Got down to 6 illnesses, and it was great. Then my doctor gave me cataracts, because all this time while I was getting better, getting rid of illnesses, my doctor decided to not help me, not do her job, even though I told her, I think, somewhere between 10 and 15 medical appointments in a row over the course of 2 years. I told her to send me to an eye doctor, and she refused every single time. So I almost went blind again, despite her already 8 years of medical malpractice on my eye. She decided she wanted to do even more of that. And that's why I developed cataracts that are chronic. Chronic cataracts. The only cure is to remove my eye. They can't just remove the cataracts that's inside it, because it's just gonna come back. And I guess that's where my relation with Deku ends. Like, we're both trying really, really hard. But, you know, he was lucky enough, freaking fly. He was lucky enough to have someone in his life that could push him and help him. Me, I had my doctor that was freaking terrible, and now I have 50 years of medical malpractice in my lifetime, even though I'm not even 25 yet. Not even 25. And yet, I have twice that amount of time in medical malpractice. So yeah, I got screwed. Deku, he got blessed. And so I see myself in him a lot when I see this anime. And when I see him do good stuff, he does the same thing that I would do. And sometimes he does what I wouldn't do. Like, my brain's maxed out in logical thinking and creative thinking. So sometimes I think very much in those two boats and not in the other kinds of boats, I guess. So it's interesting to see how he thinks and try to analyze his brain. Like, what is he? What is he? Is he logical, creative? Is he everything? I don't know. And because he's a fictional character, he doesn't really have a brain, you know. It's just, you can say he does, but he can act however the story requires. But I just find them really inspiring, really familiar. I love this character, I really, really do. It's like, in a way, I see who I was supposed to be, who I was meant to be, who I could have been. I just love it. I love this anime, and it gives me the feels, and when that epic music happens and the epic scenes happen, I feel really deep emotions in here, and it's like, oh, I want to cry because it's so beautiful. This anime is so beautiful. Yeah. Now, if only I could find myself an Uraraka, I would be so happy. That's what I need, a bubbly little girl to go along with bubbly me. Wait. Shit, FBI, no, I mean, bubbly woman, okay, woman. She's that high, okay? You can't even see how high, okay? Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, woman. Yeah, not girl, woman. Please, I'm not into lollies, I swear. I'm not into lollies. I'm not looking at a lolly poster right here, okay? Okay, there's no lolly poster, okay? Yeah. FBI, please. No. So yeah. Yeah, that's me and my awkward personality. That's my quirk. Awkward personality. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Shalabais! Is that something people say in other countries?